Hello everyone. So in this video, I'm going to show to you how to download and install Python. So the way that I'm going to use is this basically two-way, which is the offline version, which you can just download and use it in your local computer, or you can opt for a Google Cloud, because as of now, my personal advice would be to use the Google Colab, which is an online software, more like online platform where you can just write Python codes, and mainly we use it for machine learning. But why I say this is exactly if you are a beginner. I don't want you to feel the pain of installing all the packages by yourself. Pip, pip. I don't want that for you. And it was a pain for me when I was a beginner. So now, as I worked in a couple of companies where they give me a physical laptop. It is much more easier once you know how things work. So I would switch, but it's your choice. I'm not gonna be there. My eyes are closed. I'm not gonna see and what are you gonna do. But my advice is, if you're a beginner, always go for Colab so that you can organize your space. And then every package is installed. All you have to do is import them. If not, I'm gonna talk about a good website which you can use, because there's also another pain that comes when you install manually, which is you install it and you have to set something called as environmental variable, which is not necessary, but it is one of good steps that you can do, because when you want to call from anywhere in a just say Python, you want to run this, it will be some errors. You have to go in this folder. I don't want to dive into that, because if you're a beginner, it might be intimidating what I'm speaking. So don't worry. If you are someone who knows what I'm speaking, I mean, well done, and you know how all this works. But if you're a beginner, don't worry about anything. Just go into the video. I'll just say 2 steps. Don't worry, 2 steps are for the beginners. It's just for the beginners. It's like I'm teaching myself when I know nothing. So both as you want. I'm not looking. You can choose any way you want, and you can code. Both are the same. Both are basically the same. So, and this is again note. This 2, maybe 3 videos will be only for Python on the basics of machine learning. So after we gonna dive into machine learning, when we dive into machine learning, I will use Colab. If you want to use an offline version, you can download Anaconda, which is what we use. If you're not familiar, if you're a beginner, my suggestion is please go to Colab, because my code that I will share will be in Python notebooks, so you can use that. But I don't want you to go to Anaconda. It's simple, but if you want, I can make a video about that too. But my suggestion, get comfortable with Colab. It's the same as Anaconda, but just in your browser. Get familiar, and then if you want to dive deep and you want to research and you want to do something on your own, you can always do that. So I think let's dive into the video. Now we want to install Python, so I give you 2 options. It's up to you. How do you want to take it from here? So I would personally prefer to have a cloud space and a cloud storage for myself, so that all the work that I'm doing and the load, if for example your PC is not very capable of running machine learning codes and deep learning structures, I prefer you do the cloud one, or you have a good machine that you are sure that you have some good processing power to run the algorithms that we will study. You can always download the local one. So first I will show you how to download the local one. I assume you are a beginner. So if you are a beginner, I would suggest that you don't do this. But I'm sure you would have already done Python download. And then you go here and then you do this. The one disadvantage that you get is that if you do this, you have to sometimes set your environmental variables. What I mean by that is that you have to change the settings so that even wherever your Python file is, if you run Python, the machine can recognize that it is a Python file. So for that bottleneck, I have a solution. If you don't know what to do, I can literally make a video about how to do environmental variables, but that is not the point here. So what you can do is you can go to a website called Ninite, and then click Ninite, and all you have to do is select Python, and then all you have to do is this: click Python or Python 3, whatever you want. Or if you want any other things that you want to download with Python, Java, you just have to click, and then click get here on it. All you have to do is that's all, and then it will be downloading, and then you have to right click you just have to open, and then I am not going to do this because I already done it. If you just click this, there will be a pop-up, and then you have to select S. That's all. Python, anything you say, you can, as you know, you can download multiple stuffs from this site. I already made a video about that. So if not, how I am going to follow is that I'm very comfortable with the platform that I use. Basically, it's like Anaconda. If you have Anaconda, very well, it's the same thing like that. I'm already Google Colab. Google Colab. I will be using this a lot in our machine learning because I feel this is very nice and very comfortable for me. All I have to do is click new notebook, and then this is basically like a Python platform that I can run. Like every cell is Python, so you can just write a code and then it will work. So this is how we're going to use Python. So this is like a beginner, like how are we going to use Python in our course. So if you want to know about the Google Colab and the Google Colab shortcuts and how all this works, I will just add the link in the description of this video for you to follow through and get comfortable with the Google Colab's platform. So let's dive into the next video, that where we talk about Python and the important concepts that we need to learn